Hi, my name is Nitin Gandhi.
My name's Josie.
My name is Hjördís Hugrún Sigurðardóttir. In Iceland, we have the tradition that usually your last name is your father's first name, and then you're either son or daughter. So my sister is also Sigurðardóttir, and my brothers are Sigurðarson.
For 7 days, they couldn't agree on a name for me. My parents are really very, very different. It's like night and day. And it's quite funny that they chose to call me Sahar, which in Farsi means dawn.
I have an English name, Andrew. My full Chinese name is Tang Cheng'an.
It means born on Monday. It is a day naming system that we practice. And so me being born on Monday, I am called Kwejo.
When she was choosing my name, she wanted to kind of separate herself from me because she knew she wasn't going to keep me. So she gave me the name Josephine, and she chose between the name Josephine and Esmeralda. And she chose those names because they were names she would never actually give her own child. So when I arrived, she realized that she couldn't give me up for adoption and that she wanted to keep me. But by then I was named Josephine. So it was like a kind of a weird thing for me because we're a working class family, lived in this really small village, and where everyone was sort of called different names like Susan or Michelle, these kind of names. So Josephine was a bit too posh and a bit too strange when I grew up. But as I grew older, I grew to love it. And now I'm really, really proud of my name because of the way my mum connected with me as a baby and how she chose that name.
When I land at airports or when I go to some public offices, invariably I get asked the question, very famous surname. Are you related to Mahatma Gandhi? And I have to disappoint them. But a few times I have joked, yes, I'm the great grandson.
When the first Europeans touched our coastal lines, they couldn't pronounce Kwejo, so they corrupted it and made it easier for themselves, Kojo. Now, I unfortunately assumed this mindset as well, and to make it easier for my colleagues here in Europe, I always allowed everybody to call me Kojo. But I've come to the final conclusion that no, I want to be called how I was named by my parents, and that is Kwejo.
In Japan, usually women, when they get married, takes over men's family name. But if they are only women in the family, girls, daughters, men marry into women's family and they take over the woman's family name, so the family name doesn't die out.
When my grandfather-in-law first heard my name, he was shocked. And the reason is because his Chinese name is also An, so he has the same Chinese name as me. But for me to have a name Cheng'an means to inherit An. So he thought I was here to inherit his wealth.
Are you changing your name to avoid any outstanding fees? Do you owe money? And I said, no. And then he said, why are you changing your name? I didn't know I was going to be asked this question, so I was a bit taken off guard, but I said, I was adopted. And he said, okay.
So I had to confess something. For a long period of time, I did not like my first name, Nitin. I'm not sure of the reasons. I just did not like the sound of it. It got mispronounced a lot. I felt I wish I had a different name. But I've learned to embrace my name.
As I'm talking, it also makes me think that it helps to expand identity in a way that we are maybe not our heritage, but we are what we are choosing to become. And so when we start mingling with somebody else who has another name and we create a family together, then who do we become? I guess it's still an exploration.
What is your name?
Do you have something you can tell me?
And what is your name?
And what is your name?